crazy things.
Is that all done by hand at this point?
A lot of it's done. I mean, everything's done by hand. I mean, it's in the sense of it's not like we're pouring ingredients in one side and then like the I Love Lucy thought
everything just pops out, right?
You know, like we make a ganache, we cut the ganache, and then we dip the ganache, and the so there's like a, you know, that's where the conveyor belt kind of comes in. But you know, we're dipping 70, 80 pieces at a time, and we'll you know, and then we're hand decorating them with the transfers, and in the box right there, there'll be some, you'll be able to see some examples of that, yeah. But it's a yeah, it's, you know, it's still very much a hands-on. I can still mess it up. You know, it can happen. You know, the great thing is we make a lot of chocolate. The bad thing is we make a lot of chocolate. So if we make a mistake, which is pretty infrequent, you know, I'm gonna have a couple of hundred of those bad boys to.
What was the worst day of your business? You've been around for a long time.
Yeah,
a lot of good days, I'm sure. Is there one day that
I know it's a little cliche, but I will tell you that the COVID thing was a really weird time. I mean, and I just mean like how having that talk with our employees when we so much unknown, we didn't know, you know, when we had to basically kind of let people go for, you know, while it was generally, we didn't know this at the time, but it was, you know, generally you know, temporary. But you know, that was a really weird kind of thing. You know, I have, again, when you have 20, 30 employees, there's like this, you know, responsibility, and this is their livelihood. And I have, matter of fact, I have one family that I have a lot of the family members are amazing employees, and I, you know, it's like a, you know, it was a pretty weird thing, but gosh, I tell you, it's not a bad gig. I mean, it's even on bad days, it's still pretty darn good. I mean, you know, I love what I do. I mean, I still eat chocolate every single day, and I mean, I don't eat a lot of it, but I love what I do. It's how many people get to, you know, it's like you guys could relate a little bit, I think, because you know, you get those you know, some jobs out there, like you know, you're a tax accountant, you know, you might get a good old, hey, good job, thanks for that this year, you know. I mean, I'm in a business where it's like people walk in the door one after the other, and they're like, whoa, this is cool, and this smells good, this smells different, you know, and they're like looking around, and they're like, wow, this is, you know, it's a pretty unique situation. And now, as any retail business, you have trials and tribulations of going along with that, or you're shipping, you know, we ship hundreds and hundreds of boxes of chocolate in a day sometimes, and you know, you have crazy rabid raccoon ate my chocolate, and heat is the thing, yeah, but it's an art form all on its own, trust me.
I bet. How do they not end up with little cups of melted chocolate?
Yeah, I mean, it really is getting it there fast. Gel packs, it's all the key.
When you're not eating your own chocolate, is there a mass-produced candy that
no, I mean,
among your favorites?
It doesn't even have to be mass-produced per se. I mean, I have plenty of you know, people I would think of that are on the same, you know, the same level, or maybe even bigger than I am, but that I really like. I mean, Chris Elbow is really great in the Midwest. I would say there are.
And what makes your chocolate stand out from the others? I guess you mentioned like your personality comes through.
Yeah.
Your techniques. How can I recognize one of your chocolates if I'm blind taste testing?
I think so what has become, I don't want to say trend, because I'm careful with that word, but I think a lot of newer people in the business, newer chocolatiers, often have a very delicate kind of, you know, kind of crafty, or I mean, you know, like a just artsy, very brilliant colors, lots of really interesting techniques, which I can appreciate.